And so I'm giving it to you a little bit more raw this year. We got the Rucker Park raw gameplay going on while we talk about things, and then I'm going to cut to specific clips of what we're talking about. So like when we talk about dunking, for example, I'm going to cut to some dunking clips so y'all can see it, but then instead of yapping around the same clips, I'm going to let some raw gameplay play so that y'all get the best of both worlds. Y'all get clips and y'all get raw gameplay so you could kind of be your own judge. You know what I mean? You'll be actually be able to see the game as opposed to, 99 speed? Sometimes clips can be misleading in a good or negative way. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. All I ask is that you drop a quick like. It takes 2 seconds and it's free. Let's get going. With pure green windows being smaller in NBA 2K27, it's going to be more important than ever to get the biggest green window jump shot for your specific build. And NBA 2K Lab has you covered.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. 2K Labs, I know, bro. You want me to buy it? You want me to subscribe to it? Code Joe, yeah, it's 30. Fries.
NBA 2K Lab enough. All right, so first things first, the biggest thing that we all wanted to know about going into 2K27 is shot contests, right?
Yes.
That was the first thing they talked about in the gameplay reveal, shot contests. And to my frustration,
that shit was so ass.
I'm gonna be honest about this, we were not able to change our settings in Play Now, Rucker Park, 2KU, all the stuff the embargo lifted on right now today, while y'all are watching this. We could not change our settings, so we couldn't turn on shot feedback. We couldn't turn off our shot meter. We couldn't change any settings. The only thing we could do on the main menu is change the difficulty. So all of the gameplays you're going to see from me are on Hall of Fame. So when you see green windows for shots and dunks and layups and defense or whatever you're looking for as we go throughout this video, it's all on Hall of Fame. Okay, other people, you might see different size green windows.
Scenery,
that's probably because they were playing on lower difficulties. I put it on the hardest difficulty the whole time so we could get a real read on what we're looking at. But as I said, we could not turn on shot feedback, which was really frustrating because the main thing I wanted to see after 2K26 was how is that new shot contest and hands up and everything that we talked about, how is that looking? But not being able to turn on the actual shot feedback so we could see the visual feedback of the contest is tough to be the judge. I could sit here and tell you it felt better, it felt worse, this, that, and the third, but without the feedback, it's a lot of guessing games.
Okay. So he could not put on the contested percentage. I ain't gonna lie, we might be fucked again, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, but this seems like an offensive game again, bro. So you just gonna have to cross your fingers, close your ass tight, and cross your feet and just wish for the best.
Is that aggressive hands up versus passive hands up? The passive hands up, I felt like I was getting scored on anytime I tried to use it. Even in the paint, on the perimeter, anywhere I used the passive with the right stick that Mike was talking about, it felt like
damn, his green window was big.
It almost felt like a waste of time. Like
that was Kobe?
Mike was talking about.
It was on Giannis like that?
It felt like it almost felt like a waste of time. Like the AI was scoring on me every time. Maybe that's just an AI thing. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? The AI sometimes are really.
That's not no AI thing, bro. Well, let me not say that because I ain't gonna lie, bro. Last year, AIs, if anybody played 5v5 Pro Am here, 3v3 Pro Am, bro, them AIs, when somebody used to quit or somebody used to lag out, bro, them AIs was fucking 99 overalls, was the best people in the world to guard. Like, they were the hardest people to guard in this world, bro. They green everything, they make everything. That's just what was that.
Good at timing.
Even in the park, it was the same
shots and things like that. But the aggressive hands up, that was something that I felt like it was a noticeable difference in terms of how many stops I was getting, perimeter and paint. Felt like the contest on the aggressive hands up was much better than the passive hands up. So, you know, again, it's tough to actually judge it without the feedback being on and seeing what the actual, you know, those new 8 stages of contests and, you know, the open, bothered, semi-open, smothered, light contest, heavy contest, all the things they showed in the news. Without having that on, it's tough to actually give you a good assessment, and that's disappointing because obviously I go into community day trying to get as much information for you guys as possible, and the main thing I wanted to see in the gameplay was the shot contest. But as I said, we could not see the shot contest in Play Now, Rucker Park, and 2KU. We could not change our gameplay.
They know what they're doing.
Right? We couldn't take the meter off. We couldn't put on the shot contest feedback and all that. But tomorrow, the embargo lifts on the builder, my player gameplay, things like that.
Tomorrow, yo, chat. If y'all don't know, tomorrow is the 21st which is the day you can go on your phone and make a build. Yes, bro. For the first time in 2K history, you can go on your phone. I think it's called 2K HQ, and you can go on your phone and you can create a build off of your phone before you get to the game. So you can so you kind of like know where you're gonna head, or you probably most likely know what build you're gonna make. It would be tough if it was like the 2K app where you could just like create the build, attach your like account to it, and then from there you can just like when you get on the game, it's already like loaded for you because you already made it. But I guess we'll have to just see.
Could change the gameplay HUD. So in there, you will be able to see contest, but obviously I'm not allowed to speak on that side of the gameplay. I'm not allowed to show that side of the gameplay until tomorrow. So I'm only allowed to speak on the gameplay here. And obviously, like I said, we could not put it on here. So that's about it. In terms of shot contest, that's about all I can say. So let's move on. Now let's take a break and talk about one of the new features, the step throughs. I'm not gonna lie, I like this. You can do it in the paint like that, like I just did with SGA, but you can also do it on the perimeter now, as Mike said. You can do it any direction, left, right, forward, backwards, and
I gotta master this.
I gotta lie, I like this. It's a creative way to get to a bucket. It's
to
just
be a
another
crafty
thing to add to
big, bro. To be
we'll see how effective it is online. You know, person versus person and whatnot, and what people can come up with. But I just the way it looks and the mechanics behind it.
Imagine
I feel like it's
step
smooth.
through with a standing
dunk. It works
dunk.
as you would think it should.
With a high
work.
standing dunk.
That makes sense.
That shit is gonna
these
be
clips in the 2K were from my boy Joey 2K because I got a couple clips like the SGA one and stuff, but I didn't get as many as I wanted. So shout out to him for sending me these clips so y'all could see a little bit more here. But I really like the way things branch out. It's smooth. It really does look the way you would want it to, in my opinion. Like
Kobe got a nice
off the triple threat, whether you're doing like the reverse spin, like he's doing it with Kobe because it is like really some Kobe, some Kobe stuff. But it's just cool. I do really like this. A lot of times when they add new features, I'm kind of like like the Rat Pass last year. I'm just like like that's whatever. But like this.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, this shit gonna be overpowered.
I think it's gonna be.
I already seen this shit before. Trust me, 2K always trying to add some new shit. I know how this goes.
We're definitely gonna see people utilizing this. And I think people that
Chat, I know. First day on park, people gonna be doing step throughs from half court. I know, bro. I know. Save this clip. Remind yourself, bro. Save this clip. I'm trying to tell y'all, save this clip. I know how this shit is gonna go. Y'all gonna see me stressing first day. Watch. Y'all gonna see me stressing about this shit. I know how this shit go. Every time they add some new shit, it's going to be crazy. Like 7-footers last year, fucking hard as hell to stop before the first patch, my nigga. God damn, that shit was hard. What else they had? Tempo. When they brought tempo to the damn game, niggas was shooting from behind half. Like, fuck. Then with Zen's on top of that, shit.
It's going to be something crazy. Like, it's going to be a way that, like, I don't want to say bailout, because obviously it takes skill. You have to time it. But, like, it's going to be a way to get, like, a bailout bucket. Like, the defender play good D, or they, like, you're long running to the right and you pump fake a fade and they overplay and they jump instead of just like waiting or Kobe jabbing like a lot of people would do last year. Now like you could branch back into a step through into a shot and like the green
I know my son game gonna use
very
that.
Greenable.
My son game like moves like that. We'll see how it feels
online when you're playing against a real person, but I do think there's a real possibility that like it actually is effective in online gameplay, even if you're like a more competitive player. Like definitely in casual modes, it definitely rec and stuff. People are going to get down with that, but I think even like competitive players in Pro-Am are going to utilize the step through a lot more than a lot of other new features that have been added in throughout the years. Let's move on to dunking, meter dunking. The that have been added in throughout the years. Let's move on to dunking.
My fault, chat. I'm trying to look at the gameplay
dunking.
As well. Like I'm trying
the
to
dynamic dunk meter that's going to grow and shrink all the way through the gather, all the way to the finish, all the way through the full dunk, right? Yes, it does do that. I can confirm that, as you're going to see. All right, right here, Kobe driving on Steph, Euro step into the meter dunk.
Oh, shit.
Let's slow it down so you could see the meter. When he's between me and the hoop, it starts small, then it even shrinks a little, but then once I Euro step past him, it expands into a really big meter. But let's continue with dunking. Again, it felt like size mattered, like height matters in terms of finishing, and it's been like that for years. But like somebody like Giannis, for example, here's a play now clip with Giannis. He's an absolute monster. Now, obviously, it's Giannis. Like his stats are cracked, and he's 6'11" and all that. But he like height. It was definitely easier to dunk with like bigger slashers than smaller slashers. That's not to say smaller slashers couldn't dunk, but just
so that means 6'8" and 6'7" are coming back because everybody, all them twos players that want to fucking rim run are gonna go tall builds. But how is it gonna work if it's a 6-7, 6-8 against each other? It all depends on defense once again, and we don't really know that much on defense.
You know, I'm just comparing it to past 2Ks where definitely height mattered in terms of your green window on dunk meters. It's like that again. It's definitely bigger dunkers are going to be harder to stop than smaller dunkers. But let's continue. Something else I noticed with finishing in general, but since we're talking about dunking, I'll relate it to dunking. In past years, I felt like interior, it mattered, but it definitely wasn't like a necessity. A lot of power forwards or centers were going, you know, low interior, and like as long as you just got between the guy and the hoop, you know, you could stop them very consistently. Even small guards like in Pro-Am and stuff, they would swing down out of the corner and stop the other team's center and shrink his dunk meter, even though, you know, it's a 6'4" guard with 25 interior and a 50 block, and the center's driving with, you know, really good finishing ratings. And it was just like, if you got there, you got there, and it didn't really matter the ratings. On this game, it felt way different trying to dunk on Wembanyama or Dennis Rodman or somebody with like really good interior, as opposed to like dunking on Steph Curry. Like it almost felt like, maybe because of that new wall-up badge, they're really trying to make like the interior rating matter because they want people to use that wall-up badge. I'm not really sure, but typically,
yeah, because paint defense was
more about
shit.
Angles.
You barely got blocks.
But in this game, it definitely felt
barely
like
got any interior like contest
factor. And maybe that was because I was playing against the AI, and full transparency, I don't play against the AI very often. I pretty much do it once a year, and that's at Community Day. But we'll have to see when it's person on person. But for the most part, from what I felt playing the game, the Community Day version of the game, it felt like interior definitely had a big impact on how easy it was to finish on somebody or how difficult it was to finish on somebody, to go along with the other factors, of course, you know, momentum, angle, positioning. And it's not to say it's impossible to stop somebody going to the basket. I mean, this is Tyrese Maxey stopping Michael Jordan going to the basket, and, you know, Tyrese is, 6'1", and low interior, low block, so it's not impossible. Obviously, your skill and the way that you play it and the angle you take and all, and their timing of the jump and all that still matters. But another thing I know that you played and the angle you take and all, and their timing of the jump and all that still matters.
But who else was there?
Another thing I noticed with dunking, if somebody was just like in the restricted area and you were going downhill full speed at them, like you would put them in a poster and it would be greenable. I feel like in past years, like unless they were way under the hoop, like you'd get a decent window if they were way under the hoop. But if they were just like in the restricted area, a lot of times you would drive and like it would shrink your meter down all the way. When like in real life, it's like if they're standing under there and you have a full head of steam, you know, you got Michael Jordan running at you full head of steam, like you're in trouble. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes in real life would just bail out of there and just, you know what I mean? I'm not getting put on a poster, but in 2K, it was like your meter would shrink a lot of the times. It was definitely a noticeable difference in terms of they're just going to be a
slasher game.
You could just go up and boom on them, but again, like if Wemby was down in that
first
dead zone,
2-3 days like gonna be number slashers in the park.
I don't know. Maybe that's just because Wemby's 7'4". Maybe it's the interior rating. There's a lot of unknowns. But overall, the dynamic dunk meter definitely worked. It was shrinking. It was expanding. It was shrinking back down. It was overall dunking, in my opinion, it felt really good. Like honestly, maybe even too good. But we got to see when it's person versus person how it plays out, because it's always a little different against the AIs. But let's move on. So since we're on the topic of dunking, let's talk about standing dunks, kind of big man, paint scoring, post scoring. I'm going to encapsulate it all into one section, all right? You've seen a little bit of post scoring in this gameplay, like trying post spins and stuff with Kobe and Jordan, LeBron. You'll probably see some more as the gameplay goes on. But now, besides Joey post hooking from the three-point line for the second year in a row at Community Day, the step throughs are definitely something big men can utilize, but let's talk about paint mashing, right? Dead zone. Can you really mash something? This is Bam mashing and contact meter dunking with the standing dunk. But just for perspective, that defender from the Knicks has a 50 block and a 50 interior. Now, on the flip side of it, check out this clip. Giannis going against Jason Tatum right here. Tatum's got 81 interior and just walls up and takes Giannis out of a dunk and makes him miss the layup. Now, this gameplay is from Joey 2K, so I think the difficulty he said was on like All-Star or Pro. So it's a lower difficulty than what I'm playing on. So like the green window size of like that layup was definitely bigger than it would have been on Hoff. But again, like check out, this is back-to-back possessions
But
here.
that's still all-star.
Joey's
though.
trying to just rim run through Tatum, and Tatum with 81 interior compared to that 50 we just saw for the guy in the Knicks. Like, it's just a massive difference in terms of the animations you get. Like, it's just an absolute stonewall as opposed to just like going through them and just, you know, getting, you know, a push through and then your meter growing because now you're at the rim wide open. It's just, it felt night and day difference in terms of players with low interior versus high interior. We'll see when it's person on person, obviously. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt because it's against the AI, but it's just what we felt. And it's not that like when somebody had high interior, it was absolutely impossible to like finish on them. Pause. Like, I think there was actually a dunk earlier in this game where like Giannis was in the dead zone and I dunked on him with Kobe. So it's
Maxey is bodying this nigga joint.
positioning and you know, timing of the jump and all that still matters for sure. But the point of this is just talking about meter dunking, driving, standing, paint mashing, and then also interior defense.
I want to know
And
about steals.
The overall feeling was interior mattered more than it has in past years. So moving on, let's branch over to layups. Layups also felt really good, and you know, this is the perfect time to talk about it, so let's slow this down. I mean, again, it's against Steph, who has low interior and he's smaller, but this is on Hall of Fame, bro. Green window huge on that
And that's
layup
Jordan.
over Steph Curry. But I also just want to be clear, whether it's dunking, layups, it's not impossible to get stops without, you know, a high interior. Like right here, another Kobe versus Steph clip. He beats me to the spot, walls up, it's a tiny green window, I miss. Positioning, timing, whether you're using the aggressive or passive hands up contest, all that stuff definitely felt like it mattered. But overall, layups felt really effective. And again, maybe it's because it's against the AI. You know, the AIs guard things differently. I know I keep saying it's like I just want to reiterate, everything here is like how it felt against the AI. Obviously, playing against a human being is going to be different, but I'm just talking effectiveness, green window size, things like that. Like even the computer, there's times where I feel like in past 2Ks, I could bait them into a layup and then just block it, and it was definitely not as easy on this game. Like that technology Mike was saying, where like if you have a high layup rating, your player will like that technology Mike was saying, where like if you have a high layup rating, your player will like automatically try to avoid the shot blocker's hand. Like definitely notice that. Like I'm trying to chase some of these gameplays in Blacktop. I'm trying to let Steph go for a layup and then try to chase him down with LeBron, who has like legend high flying denier, and like no, like I definitely got a couple, but like there was a lot of possessions where like he would just like kind of maneuver the ball away from me and lay it up, and it just overall layups felt really effective. Everyone that I talked to, they felt really effective. Every time I went for a layup, the green window was very timeable. Now, obviously, I'm playing on players with really high layup ratings. I think LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan all have about a 99, like close to a 99, somewhere between 95 and 99 layup. And obviously, Steph Curry has high layup. Like most of the players in the play now that we were using and Rucker we were using have really high layup ratings, so that could also be a factor. But everyone that I talked to, obviously can't talk about the my player stuff. I was about to slip up and break embargo, so let me chill. But everyone that I talked to, they all agree that layups felt really effective. We'll have to see how it feels when we actually get out there and it's person on person, you know, park, rec, pro-am, all that stuff. We'll have to see how it feels when we actually get out there and it's person on person, you know, park, rec, pro-am, all that stuff. But that was the consensus from playing against the AIs in these game modes. So let's move on. Next thing to discuss. Let's talk about shooting in general, right? Mids, threes, fades, hop jumpers, spin jumpers. Let's talk about all that type of stuff, okay? So first things first, middies definitely felt a lot easier to green than threes. Threes, obviously you could green, you already seen a few in that Rucker Park, but let's talk about this.
Pro-am gonna be hell this year.
Under his feet, the defense thing registers red, so like it's definitely like the defender is bothering me and I just right over him and green it, so definitely making contested shots are still possible. It was also a little tough to assess shooting because I could not take off my shot meter, and I don't know, maybe some of y'all still like playing with the shot meter, but to me it just like I gotta have my meter off so that I can really.
That was a bot. It don't matter, bro.
Right.
He playing a Hall of Fame game.
Shot contest.
All this shit count right now, bro.
Like, what's a good shot? What's a bad shot?
All this shit count. You just gotta look out how you seeing it, bro. That's all we can do until we get the game.
There's a lot of shots. If you had no shot feedback on, you would look at it and be like,
I know it's a bot.
bad shot.
They all bots.
Open. So the shot
but it's at the same time, it's like
in terms of assessing shooting. And the fact that, again,
I know how this
really
gonna be,
frustrating,
bro.
in my opinion. The fact that we couldn't see
It's
the
gonna be a
shot
dunking
feedback
ass game,
in these
bro.
modes was just, yeah, it made assessing shooting overall very difficult. One thing about shooting that I really do like is the fact that they split up the mid-range
Niggas
and
gonna be
three-point shooting
cheesing. Yo,
badges.
Mike, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. That step through shit, bro. When I say I already know how this gonna go, bro. We're gonna say in the beginning of the game, oh, I can't, yo, the step through shit so tough. We get into park. I know what the fuck is about to happen, bro. I know what's about to be happening. It's gonna be niggas doing step throughs from the hat, bro, from the 3-point line, bro, and that's just gonna go right in, gang. I know it's gonna. I know it's. Watch when I make my guard. What you gonna do with your guard? This step through shit, like, bro, I don't know, bro. Yo, should I make like a like for twos and threes? Like, I'm just saying my park builds. Like, this is coming my first build. So what should I make? Should I make like a fuck? I want to make like a 6'9", 6'10", like somewhere between 6'8" to 6'10". You need D, of course, bro. I'm going to come on, bro. I'm making sure I have D. I have rebounding. I have 3. I make sure I have everything. I ain't gonna lie, but like I want to make sure like I need D. I would score every play. I know that, bro. I don't. Me worrying about you scoring, that has nothing. Like, I'm cool with you scoring. I just want to make sure I'm cool because like I know what type of game this is gonna be, bro. Niggas gonna be. Joe knows who's talking about the scoring in the paint, bro. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Step throughs, all types of shit, bro. And he said hands. He said passive hands up is looking very weak this year. Like, them locks will get cooked. Yo. No, I know, bro. I'm putting dunk on mine for sure. It's gonna be like my 6'9" that I have now. I'm gonna take a picture of my 6'9". I'm gonna try to incorporate that into what I have now. The only thing about my 6'9" right now, I just wish he was faster, like a little bit faster. He'd be cool. But for the most part, bro, I'm talking about astronaut, cuz I'll be cool as long as I get, you feel me, then it's a nice balance build. I should be fine. But I do want him with some more strength this year. A little bit more strength, so I might have to sacrifice something. Something's getting sacrificed a little bit. And I do have, but it looks like you can get everything anyway. Yeah, that's what I was seeing, bro. I was seeing like a couple people make builds, and it was looking like you damn near everybody's a GOAT. But I feel like my game, like the beginning of my, how I used to play before, I'm happy I started playing fives more because how I used to play before, like beginning of the game to like the end of the year, like now, my defense got way better. So I feel like I should be straight in the beginning of the game. I think I know what I'm really doing on defense when it comes to it. I just got to get a little bit better on my bump animations and taking better angles. That's how I'm feeling right now. But from the looks of it, bro, it's a lot of dunking. But I'm gonna
Kind of
play
like
the
how it
video
used to
game.
be, back in the day. But your recent years, it was just like you had shifty shooter. That was for moving threes and moving mids, so you could like go high mid range and still have shifty for the moving threes, or vice versa. High 3-pointer and then still have shifty for your mids. It's like now you could be an average 3-point player and an elite mid range player, or vice versa, because the badges for those specific shots are now tied to the individual badges.
Mike,
which
what height you going
I think
for?
is a good. I think it's a good thing. It hopefully should
My fault, chat.
promote a little bit more diversity in
What height you looking for?
gameplay, play
What
style.
you thinking of?
Like, if you want to be an elite mid-range player, you got to upgrade your mid-range, not just like go high 3-pointer, decent mid-range rating, and then you got the legend badges to go with it. You kind of got to commit to the way you want to play a little bit more, at least theoretically. We'll see how that plays out. Obviously, can't really discuss builder things and that until tomorrow.
Do you have like a
overall, I think splitting up the badges is
do you have like
I think
a
it makes more
range on
sense.
like 6, 7 and
All right,
up?
as I
Okay.
go for this blitz steal, it's a perfect time to transition
So if
over
you're
to
going
perimeter
6, 7, I'm
defense
going
and
like,
bump steals
are
and all
you
that.
fucking kidding
In
me?
my opinion,
Oh shit.
time to transition
see
over
that
to perimeter
shit.
defense.
Oh lord. Or maybe 6'4". In the beginning of last year, you had a small guard, right? I think you had a small guard.
and bump steals and all that.
Yo, I need you to get in your bag this year with dribbling. Like, I really need you to take that shit up like how you wasn't. What was that, 20, 22? What was the park with the volcano in the back? I think it was 22 or 23. One of those. I need you to get in that bag. Like, I need you to really get on some crazy shit. Like, I'm not saying like no. I'm not saying no. What's his name, Steezo, or like, you feel me, like Glock 19 type builds. I'm saying like I need you to really get in your bag, like size up type bag. You feel me? I know what you do now. Like, you feel me? It looks fun again, so I will. Like, I know, like, bro, I seen you do some shit on like 2K23. I think that was 2K23. Bro, I seen you do some shit. And I was like, yo, bro, this nigga is tough. That's when I think this is when you was drafted, you had your logo. Whatever year you had your logo, that's, bro, you were killing, bro.
In my opinion, they still felt really
I'm gonna put my jersey on. What you mean your jersey? You have your jersey in the game? I might put my jersey on. What does that mean?
inconsistent. I'm not saying I didn't get any.
Yo, they
I
got
a
your,
few.
you think they got your
but some of
jersey in
these
the game?
examples
Hold on.
that I'm showing here, I don't know. Like, I'm committing. I'm not even playing defense. I'm just going.
Hold up, Chad. One thing that I don't like though, right? You see how everybody with no IRL? Nah, this nigga's a classy, bro. Yo, the thing I don't like is the people that were in the 2K league, right? Why don't they have a spot in the what is that other spot? Not the NBA store. Is it the 2K league store? Why don't they have like their jerseys and stuff in there and their names in there for the people that was on those teams? To like the teams they first got drafted to. Like, what happened to that? That's some corny shit, bro. That is some corny shit. There's no way you're drafted into a 2K league damn near the NBA and y'all don't have y'all jerseys in the game. It's ass.
Completely on that side. I got Michael Jordan, 99 overall. He's got like 90 plus steal, whatever.
I'm actually going green that
He
shit.
just bobbles it and ends up getting a 3 off of it. I understand that you know,
What you mean it's a lot of people?
we're talking about, you know, ratings mattering, ball handle and steal but I mean, this is, if we're talking ratings matter, I mean, that's Michael Jordan. He's got high steal, right? This is prime MJ. He's got high steal and the ball goes through me. Prime Kobe, ball.
Nigga, it don't mean if it's a lot of people or not, bro. They got the whole NBA in there. You see what I'm saying? Bro, come on, bro. Let's be honest, bro. They got the whole NBA in there, bro. This is y'all game. Y'all game is called NBA 2K. So where's the people that y'all drafted? Why are they not acknowledged in y'all game? I don't care if it's NBA or not. This is y'all people. This is who y'all drafted for y'all league. That's what I'm saying. Not caring.
Goes right through me. You know, maybe
Y'all have
user
to
on user
understand,
it'll
though,
be
it's real
different, but I
though.
feel like in those instances, there's no way I'm not dislodging the ball. Like the first one, it didn't even make him bobble it. Tyrese just kept dribbling through me, and the second one I showed, he bobbled it a little, which then ended up putting me behind him, and he
Steals
got a
like
wide
last
open
year.
3. I got mixed reviews from people when I talked to them about bump steals. Some people, you know, thought they were good. Some people thought they were bad. In my opinion, they were still really inconsistent, and I felt like, you know, those two clips are perfect examples. Even the clip they showed in the trailer, the gameplay trailer where they showed Kevin Durant, I'll put it on the screen right here. Like, I don't know. Like,
I guess.
in my opinion, you should dislodge the ball there. Like,
You want 2K this year?
rewarding
Let's
a
get it,
bad
bro.
decision by the ball handler by allowing him to get away with that. Perimeter defense as a whole, though, overall, it felt more sticky, more bumpy. Like when you attach to somebody, it felt a lot, you know, I feel like sometimes in 26, it felt like they were like covered in oil and they would just kind of like slip past you. If they,
I feel like this
wiggled
2K
their
gonna be
left stick
fun,
a little
though.
bit or something. You see like there, it feels like there's a lot more once you attach, like, you know, you, especially, you know, some of these guys like Kobe, MJ, like they have really high perimeter. So, you know, obviously that probably plays a factor, but
Hold up, chat. Come on, bro. Work with me, man. Hold up, chat. I gotta do this, bro. Damn fat ass.
it wasn't impossible.
Nigga. It was 5 pretzels left. Hop off my wood, bro.
possible to drive by people, but it felt like when they cut you off, they really cut you off. It wasn't just like they cut you off and then you could like wiggle and slip through. It was like, well, okay, if you get bumped, it's almost like you kind of gotta like gather yourself. But like
That's
right
up
there,
on the
like,
rim.
you know what I mean? Like LeBron turns the corner and like, you know, they're not like dragging you backwards. Like once you turn the corner, you turn the corner. But overall, it just felt like it felt a little more sticky. I guess that's the best way
Blow bys look good too.
to describe it. Like right here, like you see, like I'm attached, I stay attached.
Yes,
I
there
stay
you go.
attached. I stay attached. Now, obviously,
Because last year when you stayed attached, you would even you stayed attached for like, granted, 3 seconds, and then he would get past you. It's not like defense IRL where you're bumping until guy stops. You feel me? He finds a way. He starts sizing up again, and then he tries to go another way. It was more so on some shit. You bump. He just get past you all of a sudden. He get like a fucking speed boost. Like, bro, come on, bro. There's no way I bumped you 8 times, bro, and you just hold down on your stick and you get a windmill and you dunk on me and my character broke his neck. Like, come on, bro. I fucking guess.
again, I keep saying it, I'm sorry, but it is against the AI, against the human being with optimized SIGs and my players and things like, and once everybody learns how to dribble and all that, we'll see. But against the AI, definitely felt a bit more sticky, a bit more bumpy. Felt like you could cut people off better as they tried to move if you
got a point though,
beat them
because
to the
AIs
spot.
do be on
All right,
some.
let's shift to dribbling. First things first, it's tough to assess dribbling on Play Now because obviously with our My Players, we optimize the SIGs, we get the dribble style that gives us the good burst and all that. Obviously on Play Now, you're stuck with the SIGs that the NBA players have. So first reaction to it, a little concerned about the burst, but as I said, with our My Players, a lot of times, we just find whatever dribble style gives us the burst, the best burst, and we use that.
This shit better not be like that 1 year where you could only get lane steals. Bro, I forgot what year that was, bro. You could only get lane steals, bro. Like, bump steals were damn near, like, bump steals and regular, like defensive steals were impossible to get.
And then all of a